Okay, good. So during the small break, I just went back to the incremental motion of the conveyor, and I removed everything we did with respect to the continuous motion, if I can say. So that's just to keep you updated on where our station is at right now. Perfect. So I'm gonna go in init everything. Perfect. Cool. So in the next example, in the next exercise, I want to show you how you can add a simple little light somewhere in your station to show, let's say, a result. And we're going to be using the hide and show feature and another small interesting feature with colorize our light. So this is what we're going to do. So just to add a bit more life and realisticness to our simulation. So I'm going to add a frame here real quick. I'm going to move it to kind of like here, potentially here. That would be a nice place for a light. So I'm going to call this one light here. In the folder I gave you, there is a step called light.step. So I'm going to drag and drop it here. You will see it appearing here. Very simple 3D model. I'm going to start by copying and pasting it 2 times. So the first one I'm going to call light off. The second one I'm going to call light green. And the third one I'm going to call light red. Like that. And I'm going to hide the first light off and hide the light green for now. If I double click the light green here, I can click on more options, and I have here change colors. You can also reach the same menu from tools, change color. So this one will be very useful in the next video where I'm going to show you how to deal with bigger 3D models. So that's going to be vital for you. But here it's, we're going to start with this one. So what you can do, you can either select an object or select faces. You will see if you select one or many objects, the colors and all the mesh surfaces, faces, if I can say, of the objects selected and the color they are. So in this case, we have 5 faces and they are all kind of gray. So if I was to click here, I'll see this panel here appearing with the HTML code. So I'm going to copy that. You have that here that you can change. So if I was to go and select something like magenta, like that here, click OK, the whole light will be magenta. If I click back on the color and Control V, the HTML code that I selected earlier, I can now have it back to gray. I can do that with the whole 3D model or by just selecting some faces. Control select another face, and I can come here and select that and say this one will be green here. So that's fine. I can hide this one here, make this one visible. Oops, make this one visible. Select 2 faces, click here, and make this one red here. So we now have 3 lights. I could put them side by side just so that we can kind of see. So I'm going to make them visible and then visible. So we have a gray light which is off. Well, I could even come here and let's say change color, select faces, this one here, make it darker when it's off. So we have the light off, red and green. I'm gonna reset that here so that we're all at the same spot. Perfect. And we're gonna create small subprograms to go and either turn off, turn green, or turn red that light here. So we're gonna pick one program here. We're gonna call this one light off, like that. In light off, what we'll have is right click, add instruction, simulation event instruction, and we'll have a show object. We're gonna pick light off, click OK, and then we're gonna have to hide object with light green, and then Control C, Control V, modify light red here. So like that, if you look at the tree, everything is visible right now. We only see the off one because it's on top. It's the first one in the tree, as we already mentioned. And now if I run this light off here, it will hide light green and light red. Control C here, Control V once, Control V twice. This one will be light green, and this one will be light red. And here is just a matter of selecting the right colors and showing the right colors and hiding the right one. So light green, and in this case here, light red. So we have off, green, red. So that's perfect. I would generally create a folder for such specific set of frame targets, frames, objects, and program. So just call it light. I would pick all of that here, bring it here like that. Oops, I don't know why, but all of that went away. Okay, cool. So we have light here. And what I'll do is, like, when I'm in scan, add instruction here, program call. I'm gonna go for select program and then light red. Click OK. We're gonna go for just 2 seconds. Oops. Modify 2 seconds. Right click, add instruction, program call instruction, light green. Click OK. And then in our initialization, we're gonna make sure that the light is off. So program call here. Make sure the light is off. Click OK. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I can now start the main program. So light is off, we're bringing it in front. The light is now green, red, green. So that might be a bit fast. So modify 4 seconds, and I would need to have a way to bring back the light to its off state once done after a few seconds. So what I'm gonna do is in pick scan, I have scan, so I would need another program here. Turn off light, let's say, and in this one I'm gonna add a pause instruction for 3 seconds, let's say, and I'm going to call the light off instruction. Click OK, that's fine. And I'm gonna call that just after call scan, but I'm gonna call it, or just after here. In fact, that would just after scan here, that would have the same result. So I'm gonna go program call here, select turn off light, but I'm gonna call it as a thread. So this way it will wait for 3 seconds before turning off the light, but it won't prevent the rest of my system from moving forward. So if I go and I click main here, the light is red, the light is green, the light is okay. So I could surely increase the time here to 7,000 seconds potentially. So it's going to be red for a green for a longer period of time. So even that here is a bit let's go for 15 seconds. Scan, turn off light, main program. Red, green, green, black. That makes sense. And now I can simply hide that reference frame here. And I now have a little light showing me that the result of the inspection. And while we're inspecting, it's red, and then it's giving us the result, and then we're going back to black. So you can change the color as you see fit in your case, but the concept is here. Hope you enjoyed. In the next video, so that finishes the simulation event, so section 4. Next section is about 3D model importation, and again how to not fall into traps that could be potentially very problematic and cost you a lot of time, precious time in fact.